Hi everybody, Sanbonani, welcome to my channel. Do make sure that you are subscribed, but also do make sure that you like the video. Those who are looking for the button to join as members, if you look below and you see the button written more, press more. Then below you will see the button that is written join. Press it and then it will tell you how to become a member. So listen, you guys, we are still reviewing episode 17 of uThando Nesthembu, and it had a lot, you guys. But overall, my view of episode 17, if I had to name the episode, I would say things fall apart. That is the name of the episode. Everything is falling apart. Everything that Selego has built is falling apart. He has reached a point where he actually doesn't care if his wives are happy. He doesn't care if his wives are respected. And he actually brought people from outside of the family to help him disrespect his wife. He felt like it's not enough that he is disrespecting his wives. And he felt like it's not enough that he is teaching his sons to disrespect his wives. He felt like he wanted to bring a group of people to make sure that his wives are dished enough disrespect. And things are falling apart because obviously his wives are feeling the disrespect and they are pushing back. And it's abnormal now because normally uMakhumalo would be one person that doesn't push back, but even Makhumalo this time is like, listen, I'm putting my foot down now. It's enough. We are not doing it, okay? We have questions. We are not happy. Makhumalo was furious this season, you guys. And it's strange because Makhumalo is part of production, and you would think that some of the things that were happening in this episode, she would be aware of them, that she would be aware that, number 5 was coming, that number 5 was coming to be introduced. And so it's strange that she was as angry as she was. And maybe that's the reason that she was as angry as she was, because last episode, when Umsele was telling Umakhumalo about Umcimbi that he was going to do, Umakhumalo did make a suggestion to say, listen, do Umcimbi if you need to do Umcimbi. Say thank you to Gogo Flo if you want to say thank you to Gogo Flo, but don't include number 5. And I think Umakhumalo thought Umselegu had listened to her, which maybe is her experience from the past, that when she suggests something for Umselegu to do, Umselegu would listen and then he would do that. So maybe this is something new for Makhumalo, that when she is suggesting something to Umselegu, Umselegu doesn't listen. Umselegu does his own thing, which is bring number 5, even though Makhumalo has suggested something different. So maybe that's why Makhumalo was so angry. She was furious. It's a new thing for us to see Makhumalo as angry as she was at Umselegu. She couldn't calm herself down. She was even more angry than Umangwawe, which is the person that is usually more expressive when it comes to her anger. She was more upset than Umayeni. It's a new thing that we are seeing with Makhumalo. Makhumalo is more expressive now about, her being upset about what is happening and them being disrespected in their own home, you guys. So now, you guys, the thing that comes up is, did they know that number 5 was coming? Because Umaxele keeps on insisting that she did tell the wives that number 5 was coming. But the clip that they are playing is the clip that Umaxele is telling them that Umseleg wants to do Umsebenzi. Remember the meeting they had after they had gone to the hospital, and they had a meeting, Umaxele, and Umayin was not there. With that clip, you guys, Umaxele said Umselego wishes to do Umsebenzi, and his wish is to be able to bring number 5 when they are doing Umsebenzi. But remember, that was before Umselego had the conversation with the wives. So basically, Umaxele was just telling the wives what the wishes are. It wasn't like Umacele was saying, guys, Umseleko is going to do umsebenzi and he is going to bring number 5. She was saying, Umseleko wants to do umsebenzi, but his wish is that when he does umsebenzi, he wishes to have number 5 there. But later on, Umseleko goes to invite their wives and he doesn't mention number 5. And the only wife where he mentions number 5, she says, no, but this is not a good idea, you know. So now, Umacele, that's why she keeps on saying they were told by her, but it's because she said that is what he wishes for, but the conversations that they had with Umseleko were different because Umseleko never mentions number 5 to Mayeni and Mangwabe. He mentions it with Umakhumalo, and even when he mentions it with Umakhumalo, it doesn't go well because Umakhumalo is like, this is not a good idea, because how are you going to do that when your wives have said that they don't want to be around this lady? And so Umacele is confused now because Umseleko didn't go back to Umacele and say, when I spoke to Umakhumalo said this, you know. I think that's where the confusion is, okay? Now, you guys, so when abantu sebefikile, obviously bona bezele ukuthi bazele umsebenzi, but then they are also there to see number 5. I think the men were there for number 5. I think that's what was communicated to them. But the women, apparently they were there because there's a voice note that had indicated there's a big event that was going to happen as far as number 5 is coming. They are expecting that there is going to be / engagement / umshado ka number 5, because that is what was communicated. Mayeni has questions for Umseleko ukuthi, how are you able to tell people that are not of this family the truth about what was going to happen? You were able to tell the Duma family or the Duma people that the intention of the event was to introduce number 5, but you were not able to tell me that information. Umseleko keeps on saying, but you said you did not want anything to do with number 5. But Umayen is like, but you should have told me, because since I said I don't want to have anything to do with her, then I should be able to make a decision if I want to be there or not. It's basically the same argument that Mangwabe is having, to say, because I said I don't want to have anything to do with her, then you should have told me that the event was going to be about her, so that I can make a decision to say that I don't want to be at the event. How can you hide that information from me, but you are able to tell all of these people that you have invited? Because obviously with them, they knew that they were not only coming for umcimbi kaFlo. They knew what they were coming for umcimbi kaFlo, but they also knew what they were coming for umcimbi ka number 5. The people that didn't know were us here, the people that are here in the homestead. Basically, Makhumalo, Mangwabe, and Mayeni were the people that did not know what everything was about number 5. Umacele, who doesn't live in the homestead, knew what was about number 5. Now, you guys, remember last week, they did the whole thing of standing up, expressing themselves about why how they felt about the fact that they did not want to admit to number 5. But after they expressed themselves, Vukile, who is supposed to be Mselegu's brother, but Vukile decided that the men should go outside right after the wives expressed themselves. So I'm thinking they're going outside to discuss as men, you know, what the decision is going to be. But no, they will go. Basically, the wife said, listen, we don't want to meet number 5. And then Vukile decides the men must go outside. They were going outside to meet number 5. So it was like, despite what you are saying as wives, we are just going to meet number 5. Like, I was like, they were just disregarding what the wives are saying. It's like, it doesn't matter what you're saying, it doesn't matter what you're feeling, even though this is your home as wives. We don't care how you feel or what you're thinking, we are still going to meet this person in your home. Like, I didn't understand that, you guys. I did not understand that. I don't understand that, you know. And I guess they had a right to do that because the husband allowed them to disrespect his wives like that. Like, those men were given the right to disrespect their wives like that by umselego. Because if you come to my home and I'm like, no, you're not going to do that, but my husband says you can do that, I guess you are going to do that because my husband is okay with you disrespecting me in my own home. And I was like, so they go outside, and then Umakwela arrives in this car with her family, and they stand by the gates. And then the men go and meet her. Then Umsele goes to the car and tell them, he lies. Umsele goes to the car and tell her and the people that were accompanying her, we have a problem here. 2 of the wives do not want to meet you. Which was a lie, because 3 of the wives did not want to meet her. It was Makumalo, Mangwabe, and Mayeni. I don't know why he said 2. Do not want to meet you. So now you can't go in. Lapoke Umakwela was excited about meeting, going to the homestead for the first time. And he said, I said this in my other video, he says, I already had the house that you were going to stay in ready. But, they don't want to meet you. So you can't go in. But the men are ready to meet you. So you can come out of the car, they will meet you, and then that's it. So she just came out of the car, and then they came out, and then she got back in the car, and then they drove off. And then she was disappointed. She did not come. I did not even understand that, you guys. Maybe people they can explain to us what is that process, because I've never even seen that process where magunomsebenzi la uqome khona, you arrive, and it's supposed to be like a big event. You are arriving as intombi uqomile kunomsebenzi. Like, where does intombi come in mangabe kunomsebenzi? Uzulungisela indlu kuthiwa indlu ozohlala kuyona, the house ozohlala kuyona is red. I don't know, guys. Then ke wahamba ku number 5 because obviously the wives were not ready. Nakhona, you guys, the wives were not saying ukuthi they don't want usamke or anything. The issue that they were having was that the invitation to the event was not about number 5. They were just like, how come we were called here for something different, and then now you are talking about something else? We were called here. You said umsebenzi kaflo, umsebenzi wokubonga ukuthi you didn't die from a stroke. That's what you said. Now you are telling us about Umakwela, and what is this umsebenzi about? That was the issue that they were having, is that you called us for this thing. Now you are introducing something else. That's the issue that they were having. Now it's something different that we are seeing here, but they were not even saying that they have a problem with Umakwela, because Mayan is still insisting what if he wants to take Umakwela, he can take Umakwela, but I don't want anything to do with it. Mangwabe is saying the same thing, Makumalo is saying the same thing, but their issue is that when Bona, they were still jollying, there was at the time, they were hidden from the wives at the time. When before they got married, that's what they're saying. Before they became wives, they were hidden. So why is Makwela going to be paraded in front of them when Bona, they were not paraded in front of the wives, when Bona, they were still jollying? That is the issue that they say they have a problem with. Okay, so then they see the Umakwela, they get back to the house. Obviously, it's obvious to the wives that that's what they did outside. I don't know if they thought what the wives are not going to figure out what that's what had happened. They get back to the house now, and now Makumalo was furious. Shame. It was the first time that I was seeing Umakumalo that angry. Okay, at some point, Umangwabe got a call to go fetch Umawande from somewhere. Umakumalo just decided they're going to accompany Umangwabe to go fetch Umawande, and then they come back, and then kwasinwa again, and then just the completion of the event, and then after that everybody left, and then now the family is left behind. Okay. Then you guys, I don't know what happened, but there's a part where uMakhumalo no Macede ended up having a conference. I think the people that were the Duma family, some of them wanted to take pictures. I think it was a thing of, Bagamsele or whatever. So Makumalo ended up getting irritated, saying they must go take pictures because that's where the they were invited, so they must go take pictures. I'm imagining you guys that because maybe people were excited because maybe they wanted to take pictures. We didn't see that, but they said Makumalo said with the people wanted to take pictures, so that's what she said. So that's why they should take pictures. So Macele got angry because of that. So when they're getting back to the scene, that's why we are seeing Makumalo trying to clarify that. No, I was just saying they must take pictures because that's where they originally arrived at. So Macele was angry with that because no, if someone just has a problem with me, they must just tell me why they have a problem with me. Because she's like, no, but isn't that the truth? Mangwabe said the same thing, mine said the same thing. No, but that's what we saw when they arrived. In the morning, they went to Macele's house. Isn't that the truth? They arrived at Macele's house. So, I guess everybody was irritated with everybody. Now, at the meeting, you guys, I guess now it was just now tense because everybody's irritated now. Macele is irritated because she feels like the wives are pretending that they didn't know that the whole thing was going to be about number 5, because Macele doesn't know that when Mseleko was inviting the wives, he did not tell them about number 5, because Macele thinks that it was enough for her that she had mentioned it in the meeting. The others are irritated that Macele, they feel like Macele is shady because Macele was sending voice notes inviting people to the event at number 5 because she's the one that made that indication that it was going to be a wedding or engagement at number 5, but she does not want to tell the truth that she's the one that told the people that it was going to be number 5's event. She's just acting like she does not know even about the voice note when the people told them that the voice note was sent. So now Vele at the table, everybody is irritated already. Okay. So now it ends up now kunaleyo tension. Now uMakhumalo is trying to explain to Mseleko, yes, we respect you as our husband, but it looks like you and Macele already knew what was going to happen here. But the problem is that the people that live here did not know, and it's disrespectful that you are planning an event that will happen here at the homestead, but the people that are here at the homestead don't know about it. Then when Macele is asked about it in the diary session, because I think they asked the question was, what did she do now when the other wives were being welcomed in the homestead, when she was still a young wife, I guess. She says then when the other wives arrived, she was already living at Sipak. She says she made sure that by the time the second wife came, she was already living at Sipak. So she made sure that she wasn't there. And she thought, but she lied, Macele, not about her living at Sipak. She lied about the fact that she says that she thought Umayeni, when they were coming, she thought Umayeni was back home. I said she was lying because when they were coming to Ukshisimpepho that day, she said Umayeni ukhona. And she said she thought Umayeni was going to join them because ukhona kwakhe. So she knew Umayeni ukhona kwakhe. But now she's saying she was surprised Umayeni ukhona, but she thought Umayeni is still back home. So I'm like, did you know Umayeni ukhona or did you not know Umayeni ukhona kubo? So she's saying now she was surprised Umayeni ukhona. I'm like, but you've been planning this event for a long time. Did you think Umayan was going to be there, or did you think Umayan was not going to be there? So she says that she never had that experience because she had already moved to CPAC. So she never had an experience where she had to deal with the whole thing of somebody being welcomed in Mzumbe because she had already moved. So I was like thinking, is she saying that they should have maybe done the same thing themselves? I don't know, you guys, because there was something on Facebook where people were saying it looks like Umselegu bought houses for all of the wives in the suburbs now after the season ended. I don't know. I don't know how true that is, you guys. So anyway, so it gets tense. But you guys, remember when I said, when I posted in my community post, and I said that it looks like now the next villain on uThando Nesthembu is going to be uMakhumalo. Remember when I posted that, I was right. It looks like now with uMakhumalo making more money and uMakhumalo becoming more outspoken and standing up for herself, because now she's standing up for herself. Not only is she standing up for herself, she's standing up for her sister wives too. She is becoming the target. I'm saying, and she's becoming a target to a point where is kind of going back and reminding her of things like, you know, now I'll say at the time we met, you're not the person that you were. You're not the, when I met you as a child. He's making comments like that. When I met you as a child, you are not the person that you were. Now you have a problem. You know, I used to trust you. Now I can't trust you. That person. Now she's becoming a target. The targets that Umangwabe was, the targets that Umayeni was. Mselegu doesn't like a woman that speaks up for herself. Mselegu doesn't like a woman that stands up for herself. And now that yabona this thing abantu they were saying Makhumalo is a favorite, and I would say no, she's not. They will say it. They will say it. Now people are going to say Umacele is a favorite because Macele is now doing everything that Umselegu does. Because Umselegu wants a woman that is a yebo bab. Once you are a yebo bab, you're the favorite. If you stand up for yourself and you question things, you are not a yebo baba, then that's when you become a target. And I did post on my community post and I said, just watch, the next villain on the show is going to be uMakhumalo. Because she is now moving from that corner of a yebo baba and moving to be an independent woman that is going to ask questions, that is going to stand up for herself. Selegu doesn't like that. And she's going to become a target. Just watch uMakhumalo move to take the position. Kamangwabi. And it's not going to be cute. And tell me if you're still going to think that she's the favorite. Because she's standing up for herself. Mselegu hates it when you stand up for yourself. So that's it, you guys. Listen, I know that there are things that I didn't touch on, okay? Anyway, there are things that I didn't touch on, but I'll do other videos, okay? I'll do other videos. I just don't want these videos to be too long. Anyway, you guys, listen. But like I said, you guys, overall, things are just falling apart. I think in the name of wanting to give a good show, Mselegu doesn't care who gets hurt, you know, who gets confused, as long as he's giving a good show. But the thing is, you can only give us a good show if you have his tempo together, you know. So at the end of the day, Mselegu might not have his tempo because these wives would leave you, okay? These wives will leave your ass, okay? And a woman can walk away because some of these women are not that emotional. I can tell you Kutumangwabe emotionally has already left, okay? And there's someone else who might actually leave very soon. So I don't know if he's aware, okay? So uThando Nesthembu will not be there if the wives are not there. So if you're not nurturing them emotionally in your marriage, you're not going to have uThando Nesthembu. So what would be the use of, what show are you going to give us if you don't nurture the wives in the marriage? That is my point. So I don't know if he's aware of it, but things are falling apart for sure. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's meet in the comment section. Like the video before Upumayona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Thanda.